I'll just pick that up. This is the second part. So yeah, my mom gave birth to me, but she doesn't actually care about me because she was just following the rule book of how to get into heaven. So my dad cared about me. He really did. He really put a lot of energy into me, and I was so grateful. I loved every minute of it. So that as soon as I got out to college, she killed him for his money. I was 1 year away at college, and then she killed him. And she wanted to say, she keeps on trying to bring up all of this. I've been documenting this on my Instagram page if you're interested in knowing the day-to-day fucking demonic possession going on inside of my mother that was caused by the King James Version of the Bible. She's totally repressed herself, so she represses me, and I fight against it, and that's why she hates me, that I even look cute now. I used to look like shit, and she liked it. Now she's mad. She's just uncomfortable because she purposely took it to heart, the teaching that, the teaching was Eve tempted Adam with the apple. She gave in to the sin. And so the woman is who brings the temptation to the man. And so, therefore, you, today, in this very day, you aren't Eve, we know that, but you are a woman. And this is something I was taught. This is what I was taught. This is why I got suicidal, and I didn't even remember because it was taught to me when I was so young. And they told us that we have to, the actual teaching is you're supposed to have babies. They don't tell you how to get to that point. So my mom just tricked my dad. She didn't even care about my dad. She liked the other guy, Ken, first. He was in the church. My mom is all about what sorry, low battery. My mom is just all about what she looks like in the public because she got the toxic side of the religion. My grandpa was actually doing something useful, but what happened for his family was not something useful. He should not have been a preacher. You know what I'm saying? He really shouldn't have. Because, let me put it like this. It wasn't my grandpa's fault. He was legit because he was more like Yeshua. He just kept it very simple and he wanted people to be healthy and happy with each other. But if you take it and you start talking about Jesus, then it's all you have to do, so here's the teaching that women get taught, and which is why I want to sue the church schools and not allow them to teach this anymore to girls. It says, Eve gave Adam the apple. Therefore, all women are the cause of temptation. So to earn your way into heaven, when you die, forget about here. The earth is suffering. This is work and suffering. You need to stash your wealth in heaven. So that's why my mom wants to make our house look ugly. She wants to make herself look ugly. Do you see how she's in the back of her head? She's trying to get into heaven like a club. When the satanic teaching in this is that it totally removes the woman from the family. She literally said to me, well, that's what you believe, Amy. I just said karma exists. I'm you're gonna have to pay for what you do to people, just because you believe in Jesus. And this is what I'm saying. When you teach little girls that they're bad no matter what, even if they're nice and good and good girls, they're still bad because Eve gave Adam the apple. You still have to be punished and suffer for this. This is why girls either become extremely rebellious and really sexual and go like what Damiana did into prostitution. She's in a Catholic church. She has a daytime name, Dahiana. She acts all fancy and nice and goes to the Catholic church. And at night, she's a streetwalker. Her name is Damiana, and she does pills. So how many other snakes are in the church like this? In my mom's case, she was the daughter of a pastor, but she was a late addition to the family, and then I think she just felt isolated because she was a lot younger than the other kids. But what happened is she never had to do anything for herself. Her energy feels like a princess that likes to hoard things. And so that's why she doesn't even understand. She looks like a deer in headlights, like not even a deer in headlights, but just when the computer screen that is thinking. and it just keeps thinking and it's stuck. When I tell her, like, why didn't you save money for the future generations? Why have you been wasting it on alcohol right now? Oh, I've given you money whenever you needed it. I said, now is when we need it. Did you not think I wanted to have kids too? You know what I'm saying? So this has been my whole revelation in this time of revelations, that there are snakes in everybody's personal circle right now who is a good person. And it's because, well, in my case, and my brothers, like, we were fully innocent bystanders brought into this situation by my mother, which wasn't even her thinking. It was a demonic thinking pattern. So she incarnated 2 kids, me and my brother, and she just kept on going to work. That's why right now this whole thing with this candy for Halloween crap is going on, because she's like all obsessed with other people's kids, but she's not even paying attention to me as her daughter, or me as bringing in more members of our family. Like, I'm gonna get married and then I'll have kids and then she'll have grandkids. She doesn't actually want that. I was just money for her. That's why she just got rid of my dad. She killed him. It says it was a surfing accident. This is what's going on. I've been posting everything on my Instagram. So you can look at Chicks Who Build Stuff 1 or Amy C1 and go and see like all the narcissistic abuse going on from my mother. And it's like literally she is possessed by a demon. What's the demon's name? Does it have a regular name? Yeah, I don't think I need to know it. Yeah. But what I call it is the slug demon. I call it to her face when she starts doing this kind of shit, where like she slowly just continuously antagonizes you until you yell, and then I'm the one who looks bad. And she'll want to keep talking to you. Like, that's like her main thing. If you tell her like, no, please, I don't want to listen. Like, she'll want to tell you about something gross, something stupid. And I'm just like, no, I'm busy. Like, can you just tell me later? She'll just keep talking. So when you know your audience doesn't want to listen, who the fuck are you to keep forcing them to listen to your voice? So how am I supposed to say, oh, it's abusive that she continues to talk? Well, this is a lifetime of dealing with a bitch that won't shut the fuck up when it's necessary. She just jab. She's like a chicken. You know how chickens just like cluck, and they're not saying anything. They're just like cluck, 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 cluck. Have you ever listened to chickens? That's her in the house. And so if you're in the house, she's gonna try to cluck her chicken vibes at you. And if you're fucking busy and you tell her, hey, I'm busy, she's gonna keep pecking at you. So I'm telling you, she is possessed by a demon, this demon that came through the King James Version of the Bible that Billy Graham programmed into our female society in the United States of America in the 1950s when my mother was born. And it was that women are supposed to make themselves be ugly so that no one will want them. But she didn't realize she looks cute back in the day. That's why my dad wanted her. He just didn't know how fucked up she was in the head, because he wasn't raised in a church. He was just a surfer. He was like, okay, he agreed with my grandpa's version of the religion, but he didn't know my mother's version of the religion. My grandpa, that was the preacher, was very gentle, super mellow. I actually think he was an Aquarius like my dad, and he just kept things like very heart-centered. My mother she adopted the dogmatic, rigid, aggressive, self-repressive. It's aggressive because it's aggressively repressive. It's the Karen. It's where you get the Karen personality type. The one that doesn't give a fuck about you. Because you know why? They prayed to Jesus and they're going to ask Jesus later for what they do to you right now. They're just going to get forgiven because they were taught when they were kids that they're already in trouble. So might as well just fuck everybody else over and just ask for forgiveness later. Why even act nice? Because I'm just going to have to ask for forgiveness later and pay the preacher anyway. So I'll just fuck the world. It's literally what happens to these women. That's why they turn out like this. Bossy, throwing shit at you. The reason why women throw shit is because they feel completely unempowered. And it's because they adopted this King James version of the Bible, Billy Graham, evangelical, get your dick sucked by an altar boy before you go on stage. It's the same reptilian satanic church. Why do the reptilians like to eat humans? Why are humans called humans? Reptilians eat humans because we have a rainbow auric field. We have higher amounts of energy and they want to eat us. Sorry, they do. They tried to get me when I was 3. There was a little fat girl with me who was like weird vibes, and the guy didn't even fucking want her. He wanted me. She said, you go first. He asked us to go in his car with him. He said, if you come with me, I'll show you what's in my pants. And I looked at his pockets thinking like, oh, my mom said they're going to offer candy. And I didn't see any candy in his pockets. And then I got like a really weird feeling and I go, no, thank you. And I just turned and walked away really slowly. But like normal pace. I was 3. And the stupid other little girl, before I turned around, I looked at her. She was to my left. And she goes, you go first. And I'm like, no, thank you. And I just turned around and walked away. I would have been raped and killed because someone else in my neighborhood got abducted and they found her body when I was in high school. So I've been fighting this demon, like avoiding this demon for so long, and my mother's been inviting it in. She does not care about me. She doesn't even know how to care about me. This is the result of the King James Version of the Bible of the 1950s that taught women that they did not matter, that they were supposed to be slaves. You create women who kill their husbands for money because it's all about image for them. Not about God is watching you, about karma, about do right to other people and other people will do right to you. No. It's about being in a secret club called a church, and you go there and you know the pastor, and he's nice to you. As long as the pastor's nice to you, as long as you pay him your money, because every time you go sit in one of these churches, they might not charge you money at the door, but you're going to be getting some dirty looks if you don't put any cash in the offering plate. Because once you've already sat there through half the fucking service, they charge you the ticket. They pass around the offering plate, it's called, to give offerings to the preacher. I'd rather go surfing. I don't know about you guys.